Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and I would like to apologize in advance today because I do have a little bit of a raspy voice. I got a little bit sick during the holidays, hopefully it's not COVID or anything, but I will probably get tested after I wrap up this video. But before I do, I wanted to talk a little bit about Ethereum, because Ethereum did absolutely amazing in the last couple of days, right? Especially during the holidays. It finally hit some of our TPs that we have been waiting, if I'm not mistaken, for like 3 to 2 months, right? More likely 3. Finally did something, finally started catching up a little bit about Bitcoin, and now it had a big rejection, which is part of the part why I want to make this video to begin with, because I want to quench some of your worries that you currently guys have. And yes, if you look at a chart like this, it kind of does look like worrisome, right? But again, if we go over the weekly, you can still see the chart is pretty much fine. So first analysis, how how would you approach this on a higher time frame, is obviously you do an area, right? It's really important for us to kind of find that area where you currently need to stay, or should I say it would be optimal for you to stay to continue the current bull run, right? And the area like this would be located somewhere around 1100, around these parts, right? It's actually 1100 all the way to 850, a little bit under can even go, yes. Now, this is your optimal area, right? If you stay in this area, you will most likely continue with a good bull run, and you will most likely hit 1.4k, which is gonna be, in this case, would be one of my last profit takes if we haven't rejected this. So I'll talk this more in a minute, because it's a current rejection point could really tell us a lot where the next one is gonna stop, right? So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that as well. But now, having our big time frame area, we can now easily go down to 1 hour and kind of see what happens, right? So during the 1 hour, or should I say even 4 hour in this case, if we start to close underneath 850, yes, that would be a prime example to where we need to start taking some of the hedge positions. And what I mean by hedge positions, if we do go under this and we start closing underneath this kind of area, on the pullback, we will be taking some of the shorts on lower time frames, right? And these shorts will act as our hedge to our long positions, which we at that point we still haven't closed, or we're gonna open some new of them. Now there are multiple opportunities here located on Ethereum, right? It's even on 4 hours. The most obvious one at the moment, it's untested level before we left off, right? So this is located right here. So you can see this is the level that we pumped from before we left off. And even if we zoom out a little bit more on Ethereum and even go on a daily time frame, you see there's one level underneath it as well, which can be quite a beneficial one in the future. Now in this case, because we overextended our chart a little bit, you can possibly not react from this one. It is possibility that we will just skip this one, but what gives me faith about this level is, if you look at it to the right side, you obviously around this level you've created some of the structures already. So you can see that this, again, even though it doesn't look like something on the right side, it does look quite strong on the left side. So yes, quite in that retrospect, you could still get reaction from it. And if I was to take this level, I would be to refill some of the position that I have sold previously in 750. I think you guys had the same profit take. We were talking about 750 till, I mean, if I remember correctly, we started opening a lot of longs here and we targeted 750 from the beginning, right? 750 was hit, the next one was 900, and 900 was hit as well, right? And now the last one, this, I don't think I talked about this on stream. I know I talked about it in the channel. The last one was located for me abruptly up here, just because of the fact that, I want to be aiming for the top in that case. And if it goes to break the top, which it rarely does, and in the first try, then I will be refilling the trade, right? But right now, my position to refill the trade is, as I've seen, it would be located at the first and the second area. I would be refilling trade on both of these areas. Even if one fails, I would still be refilling the other one, just for the fact that I am going to then use, if we are hit on this, I would use them to hedge with my short on the bounce of the Ethereum, right? So for short right now, it would really be hard to predict it, right? Definitely hard to predict short right now, because the only thing you currently have is a couple of 1 hour candles, which is not enough. We don't even have a daily close. We essentially don't even know if we are gonna hit these areas to begin with, right? But what we can do right now is to prepare ourselves for this area and then kind of draw some simple short positions that we could be taking if these areas do react. And in the first case, we're gonna be doing it like this. So yeah, we're gonna be putting the stop losses in this case underneath the low, and the stop losses in the first area shouldn't be that big to begin with. So I'm gonna be putting it underneath this. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a lower time frame in this case to find a better stop loss, because I will not be putting it exactly here. Ethereum in this case, because it overreacted so much on the top in like one candle, it can drop a little bit more on the way down, you know, just do a kind of a wick and then you close back in, right? So instead of choosing these candles, I would be choosing this one, because I do think you can break these candles quite easily, you know, to run this point and then go close back in again, right? So yeah, I don't want to be caught with my pants down and being stopped right at the bottom at this point. So in this case, I will be taking a little bit of a safer approach and taking it 8.2% stop loss. And if this works out, then obviously, yes, you will have a little bit of less profits because the stop loss is wider. But then again, do not, also remember that we can take the same trade refills on a smaller time frame and thus make more profits. When you talk about the first profit take, that's the good question here when it comes to it, right? So in the first profit take, I would go towards the left side again, and I would use some of our similar positions than I did when the price was going up from 750. I kind of use this as a TP, and this time around, I mean, in 750 worked really well, and I do think it's gonna work real well here as well. So my first profit take would be like around 950. And again, guys, I've seen this comment so many times that I'm not actually saying prices out loud. All of the prices can be seen on the right side of my screen right here, guys, right? I can point towards right here. You can see all the prices. You can see the entry is 760. And it's an area actually from 790 to 730, right? And on stop loss is under $700, and then you can see TPs as well, right? So that would be my first profit take. And of course, as I already said it, the second profit take in this case is gonna be the very top of 1.4k, because if we already rejected here, I am expecting if it's gonna go, it is still gonna be bullish, then there is gonna be a continuation, right? So I'm gonna be putting it all the way up to 1,400, right? And in this case, I wouldn't be closing my maximum trade here, because you gotta have to leave something, you know, to let it run. We don't know where exactly the next stop is going to be, right? We can only know that by simply doing a couple of fibs, but we won't do them today, because we first need to see what the price action is gonna be, and then after the price action is gonna be, we will then predict a new price on Ethereum if that is gonna be needed. But so far we just need to know if it's gonna remain bullish or if it's actually going to be turning bearish. So yes, the second trade in this case, a really good area in this case, with a relatively easily stop loss. And you can see stop loss again, it's a little bit fatter, but this time around this is an easy stop loss to choose, and it would be around down here with 12%. And around this time I would be using, you could say that I should be taking a TP a little bit sooner. But again, because I'm going to be aiming to take this trade and then try to hedge my position on smaller time frame above here somewhere, I actually want the price to go there, so it will have that chance, right? Yes, there is definitely a chance of us not, if we go that deep, of not completely pulling up back to the top, right? Due to the fact that, you know, we already kind of overextended it to the top, so then now we are overextended it to the bottom. So if you pump too fast, you will also retrace too fast. There is definitely an option, but if that indeed happens, I would kind of change my tactics a little bit, right? So for now, I'm going to assume that we will do a maximum pullback, right? If we go to here, and that would be actually my first TP, and this is also gonna act as an area where I would be looking for a hedge position for obviously a short spot on Ethereum, right? And again, first TP, as you can see here again, you know, it is quite a good one in this case. It is 47% on 3.8 R, right? Definitely fantastic. And the second one in that case will then be stretched all the way to the top, 116% and 9.4 R. So yeah, in this case, the second TP is very, very questionable, because as we already said, right, we are gonna be doing a hedge position, because we do expect a deeper pullback if something like the second trade happens. But we can only say that on higher time frame we haven't yet ended the bull, and if we haven't yet ended the bull, our best play here is hedge our position with short, and if it goes to the top and, you know, stops us out from a short, we get to hit the second TP anyways, right? And we get to make money there. So again, it's the same kind of spot, right? So you make more money if you get stopped on your short than if you do on your long, right? So essentially speaking, you wish to kind of continue with the long and bull market to begin with, because bull market kind of always makes you more money than shorting, right? Or should I say than bear market, just in most cases, right? Because everything else is popping. And also one thing to talk about, if this everything from here calms down like it is right now, then obviously we probably most likely gonna have a good alt season as well. So that's something to take in effect, which is something we already talked about in previous videos. It's probably gonna be more beneficial of playing Binance coins from the future now, you know, just for the fact because they would most likely double themselves up quicker than Ethereum or Bitcoin at the moment, right? So yes guys, this will be it for this video. Please do subscribe, show us some love, like the video, subscribe, you know, just comment down below in the video, just say if you like it or not, you know, what would be some changes, what would be some coins you would like to see in the future that we do analysis on, right? And also join us at free4C community chat, right, where we discuss stuff like this, stop losses videos, we post videos there as well, and you know, just help you guys around with your trading. So yeah, thank you for watching guys, and see you in the next one.